Okay. We are basically running away right now. This is basically the running away arc of Goodnight Punpun. It's the Bonnie and Clyde arc of Goodnight Punpun, if you want to call it that way. I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I am sick and tired. End it, please. We're about to reach the end. This is probably the penultimate video for Goodnight Punpun. Um, Punpun and Aiko running away is a plotline that I would never have imagined Punpun would go, but it is such an enticing, thrilling ride that I was just sucked in with every panel and page, and I'm like, no, I just want to see more. I just want to see where this is going, because this is just one. This is building up to the finale, right? Them running away from from the law, from justice, from the truth, right? They're running away from the truth, right? Living a life of lies and deception, and I'll just say immediately, I think my favorite part of this. Look, there's a lot of really great moments in this part as well, right? Aiko confessing to Punpun that she was the one who ultimately did the killing blow to her mom, right? Because we only see her stabbing her mom, but we never really see her mom waking up, right? So whether or not her mom was actually still alive at that point and was trying to get up is up to our own um, interpretations. But ultimately, she is the last person to stab her, right? She is the last person who dealt the final blow, whether or not she has already passed away or not, right? So either way, it is a because here's the thing, right? It changes the context completely, because if her mom is still alive, then Aiko is telling the truth, which means withholding that truth just made Punpun's life more miserable, because you're just making him feel guilty that that he is the one who killed who killed her, right? I mean, yeah, to be fair, both of them are murderers, right? This is something that they both did, but it's the guilty feeling of you being ultimately the one who took her life, not necessarily the one who helped took her life. You know what I mean? Like it's a psychological effect, right? It's one thing when you're it's one thing when you're an accomplice, and it's another thing when you are the actual murderer, right? And Punpun had always felt that he was the murderer, and then Aiko said, "No, Punpun, you're not the murderer. I am." Right? And the reason why I'm saying that, depending on the context, this changes things dramatically. One, again, if the mom was alive and Aiko was the one who dealt the dealing blow, then it is again wrong of Aiko to let Punpun, um, you know, feel this guilty this entire time, right? Without telling him the truth, right? And if the mom was already dead and Aiko just stab her because she just wants to, then she was lying to Punpun by saying that her mom was alive even though she wasn't. And this is a form of this is a more act of kindness from Aiko, because she doesn't want Punpun to feel this level of suffering, right? It's like, no, Punpun, that's okay. You're just a bystander. It was me. I'm going to take the blame. I'm going to shoulder in all of this, this sin that that we have created, right? That we have did. Ultimately, it doesn't matter which one is the truth from Punpun's point of view, because ultimately he has been living on this guilt for quite a while, right? That it doesn't change that. it changed my perception of Aiko, but it doesn't change Punpun's perception of the whole situation, right? That's like the difference. But the other thing that absolutely took me by surprise, and this was just me finally connecting the dots and me not actually going back to the previous chapters until now, is that the girl that we saw in the very beginning of Punpun is actually Sachi this whole time, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Because I was like, oh yeah, there was this girl that we met in like the first or second part of Punpun. Oh yeah, what happened to that girl? Oh shit, that's Sachi. Before the surgery. Yes, of course. Wow. She was best girl was here the whole time. I was like, yes. She was there. She was there from the very beginning. And this sort of mini discovery that a very late discovery. I mean, to be fair, if I go back to the previous, if I go back to that specific chapter in the first book of Punpun, I would have already have guessed that immediately when we are reintroduced to Sachi, but I haven't. So this is the first time I'm rereading that chapter and skimming through some things. I was like, oh yeah, they did talk about this. Shit. I wonder how many things that I missed, or how many things that are tying back, right? Because we are reaching the end of Punpun. It's bound to happen that we are going to be tying back a lot of things that we maybe gloss over in the beginning, things that we may have introduced in the beginning and never really explain further. But now, towards the end, we're getting more context. Like the man that was staring at Punpun and Aiko during the factory burning. Now I'm 100% sure that is Punpun. Like, I am 100% sure that is Punpun. I don't know how, but it is very symbolic of like old Punpun looking at the new looking at young Punpun. That's how I view it, right? So I'm waiting for them to actually go back to this factory and whatever and see, how they're gonna tie that all together. Because ultimately that is the point where Punpun's like real adventure truly begins, right? This really harrowing, death-defying adventure from a very young age. Yeah, super excited to see the end of Punpun. Holy shit, it's finally like we're here. The next time I'm gonna be reading Punpun is probably gonna be the last time I'm gonna be reading Punpun, and I am afraid. I didn't cry this part. I thought I was going to cry during the moment when Aiko was confessing to Punpun that she was the one who did it, and Punpun kept saying like, you liar and all that stuff. But no, I was kind of reserved, surprising. So let's see how the finale emotionally destroys me, I suppose. All right, that's pretty much it for this small little. Was there anything else I want to talk about? I'm sure there is, but I forgot. In which case, I apologize. Anyways, see you all next time for probably the finale of Goodnight Punpun. Take care, have a nice day, peace.